Gonna do a little chest and back superset program, routine, workout. Got my workout partner right there, making sure I keep my form nice and tight. No sloppy shit. Again, I like to warm up first. Get the shoulder girdle open, shoulder joint with some butterflies. Again, keep the abs engaged, up and over the top. I'm going to retract the scapula, keep the palms facing forward, up over the top. Elevate the scapula, nice adjustment in the thoracic spine right there. Boom. And again, get that shoulder girdle loose, warmed up. Warm up the shoulder joint. Notice my foot stance, about shoulder width apart. Forward lean lower legs, keep the abs engaged so I don't overarch my lower back. Giving up. Starting with inclines. I like to set my bench at about 30 to 35 degrees. Wrist, hand grip width. When the humerus hits parallel to the floor, the elbow should be at a right angle. I'm going to bring it all the way down until I touch my sternum because I'm not working very heavy. Pressing, keep the scapula, shoulder blades stable. Flex, stop, stop. Decelerate, accelerate. Touching the upper portion of the sternum, working the clavicular division of the pecs. Again, even though I touch my sternum, I don't let it relax and disengage to keep the muscle fibers engaged. It's tapping it, but not resting on it. Be careful not to overarch your lumbar spine. Keep the scapula in retraction and stable. I'm going to superset that incline with an assisted pull-up. Again, my grip on the wide bar. When the humerus hits parallel to the floor, the elbows are at a right angle. No closer, no wider. I'm going to pull up, I'm going to let go, catch in deceleration. The key is not to overarch my lumbar spine. Keeps my abs engaged. Forcing me to use the lower fibers of the lats. Round two on the pecs. This time I'm going to do 3/4. First three, locking out on number 4. So again, it's touch and it's 3/4, 2, 3, lock on 4. 1, 2, 3, lock on 4. 1, 2, 3, lock on 4. Lock on 4. Again, on those assisted pull-ups, I'm going to keep my abs engaged and I'll stay back a little bit away from the bar, pulling up through here as opposed to arching my back, being all the way forward like that. Release it down, catch. Forces the muscle to absorb force and recruits more muscle fibers, and then reverse it. Those abs engaged. Okay, on this round, I'm going to focus on the stretch reflex, changing up the rhythm once again. I'm going to throw and catch. Reverse it. Decelerate it. Accelerate. Again, I'm going to absorb it, right, and then reverse it. Again, keep those abs engaged. Stay away from the bar so you don't overarch your lower back, putting slack in the lower fibers of the lats. Pull yourself up and let go. Catch. Those abs engaged. Hold the last one. Let it down. After finishing up inclines to target the upper or clavicular division, now I'm going to move into cable crossover to target the lower fibers, more coming off the ribs, as well as the pectoralis minor, which does elevation to depression. So the scapula is going to elevate, downward into depression is where I'm going to fire the pectoralis minor. Again, bringing the weights in. Don't try to pull down from here. I bring the elbows in first like that, turn over the top. I'm going to move forward, away from the cables. Again, palms facing each other. Make sure you don't internally rotate the humerus when you do this. Keep it, if anything, a little externally rotated. As the arms come up, they will stop at about shoulder height here, right? Then the scapula will elevate. That's your pec minor. It's downward and forward. Again, humerus comes about shoulder height. Scapula elevates to depression. Why I don't stagger my stances, I try to keep my abs engaged, not allowing my sternum to rise up as my lower spine arches. Up and back, downward forward. Keep your sternum open, keep your scapula in retraction. Never allow the shoulders to fall forward. See the elevation? The back superset after the cable crossover is a bent over row, barbell bent over row. Again, same width as I had on the presses. When the humerus sits parallel to the floor, the elbow will be at a right angle. Once again, spine 1 notch above parallel. Pull more toward your sternum, upper abs. Again, spine stays straight and strong. Let the rhomboids and traps elongate. Squeeze, stretch. Squeeze, stretch. And I'm pulling toward my lower sternum, upper abs. Hold it. And release. Round 2 of the cables. hours. Round 2, bent over rows. One notch above parallel. Keep your abs engaged on the front side. Squeeze, stretch, squeeze, stretch. And hold the last one. Let it out. Stay. Around the cable crossover. Sternum stays open. Never allow the shoulders to come over the top. The sternum caves in. Elevate, then depress the scapula. Pec minor. I'm going to rotate into a dip. Humerus comes away, the hands stay underneath of it. Comes back in, the hands stay here. It's like I'm doing dips. Elevate the shoulder girdle up. Deep press down. Last one, I'm going to play around with a little reflex, stretch reflex. Let the weight go. Try to decelerate it on down, accelerate it right back up again. Absorb the force, and then reverse it. So it's catch, catch, catch. On this one, I'm going to fire from the lats through the serratus anterior, doing a modified pullover. Bring the arm straight back, forward. I got to leverage my body weight by leaning forward. Keep those abs engaged. Straight up. Finishing off my back routine with an OG deadlift. Forward lean, lower legs. Over like you're going to do a row, change your mind, stand up, shrugging up and back. Keep the lower leg and forward lean. Again, over, release the rhomboids and traps. Shrug. Round 2 of the pullover. Went a little higher on the cables. Get a slightly different angle on the lat. Again, keep those abs engaged so you don't overarch your lower back, compressing the spine. Want to improve your front lat spread? This is the move. It targets your serratus anterior as well as your lats. Basically pulls you into protraction and pops those lats over the top. Reach back. There's your lat spread right there. Big stretch. Big stretch. Big stretch. And then it's bam. One more round of the OG deadlift. Forward lean, lower leg. Over like you're doing a row. Release the rhomboids and traps. Posture it out. Makes this different from that clown show you guys call an RDL. This incorporates upper body muscles, rhomboids, traps, not just trying to target glutes and hamstrings. So what happens over a period of time doing repetitive, concentric, or controlled contractions, muscles get so strong, but they get so tight, and they start to lock up where they create a lot of burning and pain and discomfort, or in a case of nerve issues, deadening and numbing, where muscles don't fire anymore. And you're all out of alignment, you get up with shoulder pain, elbow pain, everything else. So one of the major culprits is usually muscles involved in the shoulder girdle. In this case, you're dealing with the rhomboids and the mid-traps that are always contracting this way. And as much as you try to massage them and loosen them up, the muscles just won't let go. So what I do is I take a set of silks that I modified down and I lock them around my wrist. So basically I'm not having to hold on, because if you hold on with your grip here, then it just maintains tension through your forearms that you can't just let your body go. I put a fairly heavy amount of weight on there where it's too much that I just can't keep holding tight, and eventually the muscles just fatigue and learn to let go. They go into more a negative or an eccentric load, or what is called muscle extension. Then I'll play around with some internal rotation like this, and then let the scapula wing away from the body. Now I've been doing this for a long time, so I have unbelievable control that I can actually make a muscle extend itself on its own, where most of you guys don't have the ability. You can only shorten a muscle up, but you don't realize you can actually make it elongate itself. So I go in different angles, and I'll stay here for anywhere from 4 or 5 minutes, just letting the shoulder girdle be pulled open, kind of like a medieval torture device. If you were shackled up, suspended from your arms, over time you'd be in pain 4 or 5 minutes. After a while you realize, you know, muscles just let go. They're plenty strong enough to just hold it. So even though it doesn't seem like, oh, you're not actually training, you actually are. Because I'm loading a lot of resistance on these muscles, forcing them continually to fire. So when I'm done doing this routine, I'm all pumped the fuck up. But everything feels a lot more open, doesn't feel so locked up and irritated and inflamed. So again, I'll play around with different positions. Tip the head over to the side like this, and then let the arm get pulled away like that. It's electric all the way through my biceps. Internal rotation, lengthen it out. External rotation, release the scapula, take the head up, bring it over to this scapula, let it go over this way, internal rotation, external rotation. Then I can play around with turning my hips inside. This now opens up my pecs. So I didn't let that shoulder recoil in like that. I keep it open, and it actually pulls open the shoulder girdle, releasing the pec major and the pec minor. I'm simply turning my hips inside, and that constant tension, instead of my shoulder wanting to come in like this, I let it spot me to pull me open. What's great about stuff like this for you OG, older bodybuilders, Like I said in the beginning, you get really fucking short, tight muscles over time. This is a way to open your muscle bellies back up again, allowing for massive blood flow. A longer muscle yields a bigger swell, more flare, more volume. So you can actually increase your muscle size by opening up the muscle bellies, getting more length to it. Instead of those short, tight muscle bellies, you can't even get blood flow anymore because you're all locked up in fucking rigid, hard muscle fibers. So again, this is more for the muscles that do retraction, pulling in and outward here. If I come forward like this now goes into my pec minor and my serratus anterior. So I can feel them being stretched backward. Once again, I gotta keep the abs engaged. If not, I arch my lower back, it pulls the sternum up, it releases the wrong muscles. Keep the abs engaged this way, and then body weight forward again, and let those arms get pulled away from the body. The burn is all the way through my pec minor, my serratus anterior, front delt, biceps. Getting snap, crackle, and pop in the shoulder girdle as the scapula starts to release. If I come back this way, I can go against the pole, put this head, the left ear against the pole. I'll recoil this to get the head here, then let it go. So it keeps my cervical spine still and allows me to open up. Shoulder girdle this side, same thing here. Oh, I know you're saying to yourself, well, how the fuck am I going to do that? Well, that's too bad, because you have to come here to do what I'm doing, people. I'm the one that invented it. I'm the one that set up the equipment to be able to do it. Unfortunately, no other gym in the world has the cable set up with this kind of range to pull yourself open. You can see if I was only using the cable crossover here, it's not enough to pull me open. But stay tuned. I got plan B, which is a different angle, but it'll help you unlock your traps, upper traps, mid traps, etc. by using a standard cable crossover. Again, I told you I had plan B. You got your standard cable crossover. However, you still need to get yourself a little fabric, because like I said, if you're holding on with grip, not only is your forearm going to get tired, but also you're holding that tension in your arms, especially in the wrist flexors. So I'm not able to let the resistance or that tension all the way out through my fingers. So in this case now, because I have the cables coming from the bottom, I get a downward pull, which is going to really target the upper traps like this. If I'm staying closer to the machine, it's more of a direct downward pull toward the upper traps. I will do the same thing on the humerus, internal rotation this way, and then let it depress downward, opening up, just keeping the tension on. I'll lean back a little and really have that scapula being pulled down. I can take the head left, and when I bring my right over this way, I can feel it's electric all the way down my left arm, because the origin of the muscle is the base of my skull, and I'm trying to drop the scapula away from it so I can unlock my upper traps. Now I'm going to move just directly between them, and I'm going to go to external rotation. I'm going to turn them all the way out, palms facing outward. That's now going to line up what is called my levator scapula. I'm going to open up or stretch out the left levator. So I'm going to turn toward the left and then look upward toward the ceiling. And I'm going to feel that running all the way down from my neck through my left bicep. Turn and look up. Back to center. Once again, externally rotate both arms. Turn your palms out. Here comes the ambulance again, people. Never fails. We'll wait till that bad boy passes. Once again, externally rotate both arms. That's going to bring the scapula toward depression and retraction. Opening up the right levator scapula. I will turn all the way to the right, then looking up toward the ceiling. The origin of this muscle is from the first 3 cervical vertebrae. Oh, nice adjustment in the neck. Inserting into the medial side, that's the inside portion of the scapula. So when I turn this way, I'm actually bringing the cervical spine away from its origin. When I look up like that, I'm stretching it, releasing it. What's important about opening up the levator scapula, if that muscle's tight, it holds your shoulder girdle up or scapula up like this, so when you try to do an overhead press, it's not able to drop downward and then wing away from the body, giving spacing for the humerus in the shoulder joint, causing impingement. Now, because I couldn't get the rhomboids and traps on the other one, I'll move back a little bit and let it pull me forward like that. So now I'm getting that mid fibers. Again, the more I step back, kind of lean back into it, I'm letting it pull my rhomboids and traps. Origin comes from your spine, insertion is into your scapula, letting the scapula protract away from the body. Again, playing with internal rotation. Turn them all the way in, let it release. Turn them all the way out, let it release. And again, the same deal. Now I'll stand up a little straighter, right? Get that downward and forward pull. Again, trying to get those muscles that are all day longer. It's just so fucking tight like this. And like I said, I want bigger, fuller traps. I want to put tension on them. I want to get them to fucking lengthen all the way back out again. Shut off for a short period of time, long enough to let them open all the way back up again. So then I get a massive pump when I'm done this. Everything's all pumped the fuck up because it's just massively pumping blood to the muscle because it's under constant tension. The muscles are firing nonstop, trying to hold this weight up. And again, this is why I have to have these wrist locks on, because my hands aren't fatigued at all. My arms don't have fatigue, especially my elbow, because years ago I used to do this, and I ended up with elbow pain because I was gripping so tight. It was just making my forearms tighter, stronger, but fucking tighter. End up with more elbow pain. Then a couple reps, right? Get a little blood flow in there, right? Open that shit up. Just teaching the muscle how to go back into extension or shut off. Little side to side, free my neck up, right? So instead of every time you move your head, your shoulder girdle goes up with it, it stays still. Same deal, working forward. Now it's going to pull me downward and backward. So I'll get a little more target at that levator scapula. Going forward here this way. So again, bringing the head either side, keeps the shoulder girdle down, and I bring my origin away from the insertion. This one I can walk back to the pole, and I'm going to do the same thing. First I'm going to recoil. I'm going to pull the scapula in toward the origin, pin my left ear against it, and then let it get, oh my God, that's electric. All the way down, it burns up into my face. So instead of trying to bring your head away from the insertion point, which puts pressure on the cervical spine, bring the insertion away from the origin. Again, external rotation, internal rotation, external rotation, internal rotation, and switch sides. Once again, I'm going to recoil, shorten up the muscle, get that ear, right ear against the pole this way, right? And then let it go. This side's more open. External rotation, internal. Same thing, external rotation. Turn toward the side I want to stretch, and pull the head up. Down, center. External rotation, turn the direction you want to go, and then look up. Opens up the levator scapula on the right side. That shoulder drop. Again, I'll do this fairly regular basis. And there's some people would say, well, you're not really working out. Yeah, you are, people. Trust me, when you get done this, you're like, wow, I wish I could get a pump like that all the time. Everything feels really loose and relaxed, but full as fuck. Okay, one more variation. This time trying to unlock the lower fibers of the traps as well as the mid fibers. So again, I know I've been showing you, but I haven't, I've been doing it, but I haven't shown you exactly how to do a wrist lock. What I do is I take the hand, wrap it around the outside of the silk, one time all the way around, hand down, bring it up and over the top. I'm going to spin inside. And if you can see, it goes right through my palm, just like you use in old school straps, right? Now it's secure in there where I really don't have to hold on very much. Just basically just keep my hand over top. This one, same thing. Wrap it around the outside one time. Trickier. Spin it on the upside, over the top like so. Once again, step back from the racks. This time I got the cable crossover all the way up at the top. I'm going to lean over like this. Oh, and it pulls my shoulders up toward my ears. And again, I'm going to play around with dropping my hips back, letting my scapula elevate. I want to internally rotate the humerus and spread that shoulder girdle all the way open. Let it elevate as well. Let it reach up toward my ears, unlocking the lower fibers of my traps. Once again, these bad boys get tight. They're weak. Shoulder girdle doesn't move as well. So I'll internally rotate, turn in, retract the scapula, let it elevate. And again, I'm working with the resistance trying to pull me open. I'm not fighting it by trying to keep it tight. I'm trying to let the scapula elevate. I want to protract it by engaging my serratus anterior to spread it all the way open on the backside. Retract it. I use the serratus posterior, inferior and superior division. You didn't know that, did you, big guy? Then I'll internally rotate using the serratus anterior on the front side. And I can feel the stickiness in the scapula along the rib cage. So as I rotate like that, I feel it wanting to open up more. So again, all you guys with the thoracic outlet syndrome and all kind of shoulder problems and everything else, this is all you need, people. You find a way to load resistance against the muscle so it actively gets stronger, but it increases range of motion and mobility at the same time. This is where everything works better. Again, get that scapula moving. Snap, crackle, pop. And what I'm feeling or hearing is the popping of the muscles as they break free. They're kind of layered on top of one another and they kind of slide open, giving more mobility to the shoulder girdle, which again is controlled by muscles. Now if I move forward more and I lay down like this, now I can really feel it pulling, opening up my serratus anterior. So I'm pretty much inside here as opposed to being farther back, getting more of a directly retraction of the shoulder girdle, scapula, as opposed to elevation and retraction. So I just lay the body into it. Same thing. Rotate, protract, retract, protract. Retract, protract, back again, standing up here, leaning back is going to give me that mid fibers, rhomboids and traps. Again, internally rotate, release. Externally rotate and release. One more time, doing that wrist lock. Again, holding onto the fabric. I go around the outside. I'm going to wrap the wrist one time around. Turn the palm face down. I'm going to take it from the thumb side to the pinky. When I turn the hand inside like this, you can see now it's through the wrist, it's locked around the wrist. Again, that's how you're going to do a wrist lock. Do it one more time. Again, not the inside, around the outside, around the outside. Wrap it one time. Turn your wrist down like you're waving goodbye like this. Take the end of the silk from the thumb side over to the pinky. Then you spin your hand inside like that, and there it is, tied around your wrist. Got it? Come on in. Quickly doing both sides, right? I'm going to wrap it around like this, right? Thumb side to pinky, spin it. Thumb side to pinky, spin it, tighten them up. Ta-da! That, my friends, is a wrist lock. Important to do if you're going to be doing extended work, playing with silks. Because when I'm on here, I could be in here for 4 or 5 minutes, unlocking my body. I don't want to have tight forearms and elbow problems, because yeah, I got my grip stronger, but all I did was make everything tighter.